Good morning. Hello, everybody. It's Eclipse Day. Everybody's excited about the eclipse. So my sister sends me a text message a little while ago, and she says, is school canceled? And I looked up, and I thought, why on earth would school be canceled? And she says, it's the eclipse. And so everybody in Austin is having these wild parties. So she she doesn't want to be alone. She says it's kind of a little eerie to be in the dark. So my question, Drew, maybe you have the answer, maybe you don't. Maybe we can phone a friend, someone who has a little insight to this. Is it really going to be any darker than it is now? Because it's so cloudy.
The clouds are really affecting everything.
But was it going to be total darkness before it was out of our path?
The sun gets occluded, so the sun goes dark.
So it looks like nighttime during the day. Well, I guess that is a little creepy. Is that still going to happen in Austin?
It's supposed to.
Tell me everything. What do you know?
It's supposed to. It's supposed to.
He says it's supposed to. I don't know if anybody can hear him, but he's back there fiddling around.
Fiddling
Around per usual. Yeah. All right, get over here.
Hit the little go live button.
The kids are having viewing parties at school. I don't know if they're parties, but they're viewing spectaculars. Viewing things out in the playground. So that'll be really fun, I think, for them. We're going to try to creep in to Fleet School. The parents were invited also. We did get glasses in the mail. Your uncle sent them to us.
Yeah, dude.
And so Val mentioned that there's people from everywhere in Austin, and they're camping out, and people are having parties.
Over 1 million people are supposed to come into the state of Texas for the eclipse.
Wild.
Wild, man.
Wild. I don't know if either one of us are in that frame. You're in the frame.
What?
That frame right there. You can't see me.
You can't see. Do you want me to move it a little bit?
No, it's fine. No one needs to see me.
I can move it.
No one needs to see me because I've got a giant gash on my nose.
Yeah, I can see.
Giant gash. So this morning I was getting Fleet dressed. Do you know what happened?
What happened?
Let me play the events for you because it was pretty intense. Not really.
I think we're talking real quiet.
I need to be louder because earlier you told me not to be loud.
That's because you were yelling in my ear, but you need to be in the yellow, and you're in.
Okay, well then, like I mentioned, Fleet calls me into his room. I go get him ready. I take off his T-shirt and put on his school shirt. And when he brought his arm back down, his little nail whacked me right in the nose, and it's been bleeding since then. Doesn't look good. That little nail also got you in the eyeball.
I know. That's one where he tried to blind me.
Yeah.
He wanted to blind me.
What do we do with this kid? He needs to watch his area.
Yeah.
His hands and whatnot. Anyway, okay. That's what I got going on this morning. Gash nose and eclipse nonsense.
Feisty this morning.
Oh, I was not feisty. You were telling me not to be loud, and now you're asking me to be loud.
Yeah, because you're not screaming in my ear. Here, you need to be in the yellow.
I'm in the yellow.
No, you're not.
Okay, well, raise up the volume then on me, not on you. There you go. There, that's better. At least I can hear it.
See, now you're in the yellow.
All right, we're now in the yellow. Moving on, Monday.
We've only been doing this for a year.
I know. I was thinking about it the other day. Do you feel these have gotten any better through the course of this year?
Gotten worse.
They've gotten worse?
I feel like
Nola found us pretty entertaining this morning in the car. She was cracking up.
Do you want me to show the picture of why she was cracking up?
No.
No. Okay.
No. No one needs to see that picture. I couldn't put makeup on my face, y'all, because I had a gash on my nose. And I was trying to let it dry before I put makeup on it. And so I went to school drop-off. Drew and I like to do school drop-off together. And it's fun. We get to talk to the kids and, just have a good time on the way to school. And he started taking a bunch of pictures to post for this. And I was like, don't you dare start a fight with me this morning after my gash nose.
Hey, try to make this look better.
You're fine. Just come sit down.
There. Is that any better? I don't know if that's better or not.
I don't know. It looks like the
Whatever.
ceiling. All right. Topic number 1.
Whoa, I turned up to the ceiling.
Topic number 1.
Whatever, dude. I'm not a fan of Instagram streaming. It sucks.
Here we go.
Anyway, topic number 1. We don't
The
have
first 2 minutes is always the same thing with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. We said we were going to talk about
What? I brought up things that you said you didn't want me to talk about.
That's not true. We can talk about whatever you want.
Don't talk about that. I was like, why not?
Well, hit me.
I don't remember what I wanted to talk about. I can bring up some notes.
Well, bring up the notes because this is lagging.
Hey, so what did we have this? So this weekend got all screwed up for me. First off, last week, the Teach for America Gala. I didn't get a chance to go to that. There was a scheduling conflict. Our daughter had her last softball game, which was so much fun. I'm really enjoying watching her do the sports thing.
I love her being involved.
Because she's finally coming out of her shell with some of that. So it's great to see. That's not true. She's always been out of her shell, but she's doing things that she wants to do now.
Can I talk now? So I'm being conscious because the last time you told me that all I do is talk and interrupt, and I don't let you have a minute. Although I'm pretty sure if someone were to go and audit this, they'd realize it's only Drew talking. But here we go. I can interject. She's doing awesome, and I do really enjoy the sports. It's been very fun to watch, but softball is killing me. It's the longest.
Dude, you have the shortest attention span.
Game. I do. I have the shortest attention span, and it's boring. There, I said it. I love her, and it's great to watch her when she's actually doing something. But half the time they're out in the field.
That's half the game is field.
And the other time they're just sitting in that cage.
You just don't like the sport of baseball.
It's just so long.
That's what she said.
I don't know if long is the preference, but sure.
Whatever. Long or thick.
That's enough of that. We're not diving into that this morning. But no, it's just a really long game.
You run out of patience real early with stuff. You run out of patience.
I do. There's no denying that.
They don't run out of patience.
Absolutely. I don't want to be there for over an hour.
You don't like it doesn't mean that other people don't like it.
The thing is, it's hard to be at a game from 7 until 9:30 at night. For everyone.
No, dude. Other people, I really enjoy it.
Homework, other things that you have to get done.
Yeah,
that's
man.
A long,
other people enjoy it.
That's a very big obligation.
Don't like it doesn't mean
I didn't
that
say
other
I
people
didn't
don't
like it. I just said it was boring. But sure. Okay. The sports I do like watching.
I like
basketball is super fun. That's interactive and it tends to go pretty quick. Mm-hmm. But based on the snack selection. Based only on the snack selection.
What are you talking about? Baseball's got all the snacks, dude.
I was just going to say that the snacks for the baseball is pretty on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because they got to feed you because there's nothing else to do.
Whatever. I enjoy it.
Fleet took on skateboarding.
He did. Ralphie, my old buddy Ralphie, who used to run Ralphie's Skate Shop in McAllen, is now offering skate lessons for beginner skaters. It's starting on this Sunday. Oh. If you jump on Facebook and you look up, I think if you look up Ralphie's Skate Shop or just look up Ralphie, old school Ralphie, he's going to start doing it. He didn't post any information about the cost, but there's a phone number there that you can call if you want more information. So if you have a little kid that's interested in skating, hit up Ralphie. Little group lessons, lots of fun. He's such a fun dude and a great skater too. Way better than me attempting to teach him. Or me. Yeah. No, the whole thing scares me and I have no balance, so I shouldn't ever be on a skateboard. Let me see if I can find the information. No good with the skateboard. Oh, look at that. Your Facebook's on there. Yeah, man. Well, I figured I would share it with you like this, right? Is that better? Yeah, that's easier to look at. I can tell you that I can see that. I can't see whatever's going on the screens up there. Ralphie Old School. Let's see. What? Enter your PIN to sync your chat history. Oh, no. What is this thing talking about? I got the internet over here. You have a PIN? I don't know. What PIN? I don't know where you get a PIN. Whatever. Well, is this part of the authentication step? Two-factor authentication? Yes, you should always have two-factor authentication. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Ralphie's Skateboarding 101, classes for beginners. Call or text 956-560-9116 or on Messenger at Ralphie, Ralphy, Olds, Olds, cool, Cool. Ralphie Old School to join her for more information. So this is Ralphie, who used to own Ralphie's Skate Shop in McAllen. April 13th is his first date. He's going to start running ads. So if you want information, hit me up or find Ralphie online if you want to teach your kid how to skateboard. Ralphie is a great skater, and it should be a lot of fun. That's all. Free plug. Do you think they have to wear helmets and elbow pads? They probably should. I mean, it's better safe than sorry, right? But you can't be a cool skater wearing a helmet and elbow pads. That's not true, dude.
I've never paid attention, but the guys who do it professionally, do they wear helmets?
They do.
They do?
Yes.
I've never paid attention, actually.
Yes. In the olden times, they didn't, but they do now.
In the olden times, like when you were born, as Nola likes to point out.
What'd you say? I said something today. What'd you say?
She goes, "Oh, Dad, you're so 2000s," and I was like, "Yeah."
2000s?
She thinks 2000s.
I'll take it, dude.
And then she goes, "I meant the 1950s," which is kind of funny. It's funny that she's coming into her own and poking at you. Better you than me.
No Effects is no longer touring. The band is done.
They broke up?
I don't know if they broke up.
Or they just retired?
But they're no longer touring. This was their last deal. This is
How
their
old
last
are those
tour.
guys?
Really old. The band will end its 40-year run with 3 hometown LA shows in October 2024. The tour billed is 40 years, 40 cities, 40 songs per day. They added 15 additional shows in North America for next year, but that's it. Then they're done. So if you didn't get a chance to see Fat Mike, too bad.
I didn't.
Neither did I. Never saw No Effects. Whatever.
Wish I had a better reaction to that.
No, it's just one of those mornings. So I got an ear infection this week, which wasn't fun.
No, but you also had another infection earlier in the week, so you were just out the whole week.
Butt infection.
God, it was awful.
Oh man,
it was so awful.
I didn't really have a butt infection. I had a really
like a
jacked up stomach. I ate something last week and it just tore me up for like 4 days.
I know what you ate.
I couldn't even move. No, why do you do that? Don't even go there. Taco Bell does not affect me the same way it affects you,
I feel like
man.
you need to poll the audience.
Poll the audience. Hey, audience. Does Taco Bell affect you? Does it make you poop everywhere? Does it give you bad, nasty diarrhea and gas? Or does it just affect your system the same way that any other fast food does? Poll the audience.
Polling the
Thank
audience.
you for your participation.
I would like to know. I think that played a reason why you didn't get better sooner. That's all I'm
Dude,
gonna say. You
a
can tell them.
chicken taco.
You can tell them.
A
It's
chicken
fine.
taco from Taco Bell isn't going to tear me up.
You can tell them. It's fine.
Whatever.
Drew wasn't very happy with me. I was non-sympathetic after the third day of him being sick.
She rolled her eyes at me, dude.
I did.
Here I am.
I had it.
I couldn't get more than 30 minutes away from the toilet. I was up all night, and I ran to the bathroom, and she looked at me and rolled her eyes like, "Oh, again."
But you
See,
know
not
why
my
I rolled
fault,
my
dude.
eyes. My frustration was simple. It was, hey, if it's that bad, do something about it. Don't wait for me to do something about it. Take your leaky body to Walgreens and grab some Pepto or some Imodium or something.
I did.
Or call the doctor. Those were your
I
options.
did.
Yes. And quickly you felt,
Better.
uh-huh.
Yeah, but then my poop was black.
Oh my God. No one needs to know any of that. I'm just saying,
Hey, but
if
Pepto
you're not
does that
feeling
too.
well, from now on, take the same directive we take with the kids. If they're not feeling well, we go where? To the doctor.
But also, if you want to see your poop turn
Oh
black,
my
you
gosh.
should
That's
drink
enough. It's
Pepto-Bismol.
gross. So gross. So gross. Anyway, I couldn't handle it. After 3 days, I was like, enough. And I rolled my eyes, and you were so angry
I
at
never
me.
rolled my eyes when every day you have something. You wake up every morning, you're like, my chest hurts, my throat hurts, my head hurts, my back hurts. Every day.
That's not
Every
true.
day you have some type of ailment, and
It's
I
not
never go,
true.
oh God, get over it.
No, you go and get your own ailment and then spend 3 days in bed.
Dude, you're the worst at that. If someone gets sick, less than 12 hours later, you're like, I think I'm feeling. Insert the same thing here.
I didn't get your stomach situation.
Oh my God, dude!
Didn't
you
do
that
it. And
crap
then,
all
okay.
the time.
So Drew's out for the beginning of the week, right? Like he's just not feeling well and it's impossible to talk to him because everything's hurting.
Insert eye roll
and
here.
so I'm rolling my eyes. I can't handle it anymore because I can't see him sick. It's a whole thing, right? Like men being sick is a situation. And so I was like, great. We have plans for Saturday night. I was looking forward to it. Like the whole week has really been kid intensive, right? Like everything that we're doing with the kids, the extracurriculars.
I am sad I missed the Teach for America
Like,
Gala. I mean,
running
it would
back
have
and
been.
forth.
It seems like it was such a good event, and I think they did a really good job. I hope they hit all their numbers, but I'm so glad that they did that. It was really cool. There's a lot of social media posts about it, so I'm very happy for the team. Yay for Teach for America!
Yay.
Anyway, but it was kid intensive. That was Wednesday. Was the baseball game? Was the softball game?
Thursday, honey.
Thursday, yes, and then Friday was let's invite the entire softball team over to the house.
Yeah, for pizza and swimming, and the girls had a great time. And I did look at you for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, is this an insight to like every Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
Like we no longer have lives.
Yeah, it was like 10, 12-year-old girls in the pool.
I also have something really important to talk to you about.
And what?
It's important.
Oh, God, here we go.
I cannot eat any more pizza on Fridays.
No one out Pizza's the Hut.
No, we're done with the pizza. We have
You're
to come
done
up with
with
like
the
an
pizza.
alternative.
Just because you're done with it doesn't mean everybody's done with it.
Maybe like a wing Friday.
No, just because
the kids don't want any more pizza.
That's not true.
They
Kids always have
don't.
pizza.
They
Lies.
don't want pizza.
Lies
We're
refuse to
done
believe.
with the pizza. Help. We don't want any more pizza. Let's change it to something else.
It's Friday pizza nights.
Poll the audience. What do you guys eat on Friday nights? Not pizza.
Why not? Pizza's the best on Friday
It's run
nights.
its course. Okay, so then Saturday I was really excited because I was like, finally, date night.
Mm-hmm.
Get dressed up like we're going on date night. And then you had a whole situation about getting dressed.
So I'm standing in my closet and I'm looking up at all my stuff. I'm like, date night? What the hell am I supposed to wear on a date night? It's like, what kind of date is this? Are we
Okay,
going
but you should
bowling?
also
Are we going to play
explain.
mini golf?
Do
Like, what
I
are we doing?
ever-
So I
do-
turn around and I ask you, I was like, hey, so what kind of date is this? And you're like, what? Just get dressed for a date night. I was like, babe, I don't date.
That was pretty
I have
funny.
no idea what I'm going to do. And if you ever break up with me, honey, I'm screwed because I don't know what to wear on a date. And I looked at all my clothes and you're like, just get one of your black shirts. It's like every shirt that I have in here is a business shirt.
It's like a plaid
formal
business shirt.
Like I don't date. I go on interviews. I go talk to people or have a meeting with them. There's no dating for this dude.
And it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess it was funnier.
And you figured it out though. You look good. And then
my
ear exploded.
yeah, my ear just stopped.
So you walked into the event. Did you say hi to anybody?
I don't remember. I was in a bunch of pain. I don't remember.
So
I think I said hi to two of our friends.
Right. We got there. We got all the way there.
Yeah.
And then you had an Uber home.
Yeah, dude. I was in a lot of pain.
I've
never had an ear infection before. That does not feel good.
I was genuinely concerned, but I was also like,
Rolling your eyes?
Not
Yeah.
rolling my eyes.
Dick.
I mean, I might have rolled my eyes a little bit. I was genuinely concerned because ear pain has to be pretty tough. Like when your ear hurts, it's awful.
Well, thank God for my friends because you didn't think I was in any actual pain until they were like, "Oh yeah, that sucks. That's a terrible thing." And
You're
like,
right.
"Oh,
They all vouched for you, and they all said, no, ear pain is pretty severe. How did this happen? You should play that clip. If there's any way to do that, you should do that.
there
'Cause it's
isn't." But
hilarious.
that's funny. I was trying to jump on a floaty in the pool,
And what happened?
and I flipped upside down and got a whole bunch of water
The
in my
best part of that video
ear. What?
is when your foot goes straight up in the air afterwards. Because out of nowhere, it's like one
Well, yeah,
giant foot.
dude. I was
that
messing
comes
around
up.
in a pool that just the day before we had 10, 12-year-old girls in.
Oh, I was under the water also. It was fine. My ears didn't get infected.
Whatever. So I got a nasty ear infection.
So Drew gets an ear infection, but we did make it all the way out, and then you Ubered home. And
So
so
hold on. You guys were at it was Vinos, right? Was the event?
yeah, we were at Vinos, and it was a great event. And I'll tell you that I really appreciated you not making me go home.
Why would I make you go home? Just
Well,
because
because I'm a sourpuss. If I wasn't feeling well, I'd probably make you come home with me.
But that's because you're a hater like that. You're also you make me wake up in the morning when you wake up. Like that's the most unfair thing. I don't have anything on my schedule. I don't have anything to do, and you're like you have to wake up at the exact same time as me for no reason other than just to be up at the same time as you.
No, we have to get the kids to school and drop them off. We do that together. Why would you not want to participate in that?
Oh, now the guilt. Now the
You
guilt
see?
trip.
But if you want to stay in bed, by all means, I'll take them
No,
to school.
you lies.
I'll
You-
build the memories without you. It's totally fine.
Oh my god, I have some memories. You want to see memories from this morning? You were so angry.
I
You were
wasn't
screaming in the
angry.
car, and I took a picture of you, and you're like,
I
"Don't
wasn't
post that
screaming. I was
picture."
having a total normal
haven't-
conversation with you,
I
and you
haven't
kept
put
saying that I
any
was yelling.
makeup on.
This is going to be the most awful podcast yet because all we're doing is bickering. So give me a topic so we can stop bickering.
We'll stop bickering. I love you. I'm not bickering with you. Just trying to get a rise out of you.
No, I did appreciate you like not making a big fuss about me going out.
No, I think it's great. It's a good event. It supports a great organization, and plus, dude, you were already dressed up, and all of our friends were there. Just because my ear was hurting doesn't mean I should have to go out. I mean,
I stayed. I ate some good
I
food.
wanted to go.
The
I
food
was really
good.
sad because I wanted to go. The only thing about Vinos is it's always so loud. That's the
But
loudest.
the band is good and everybody's
Yeah,
dancing.
but that's the loudest event. It's always the loudest event. And so when I walked in with my ear hurting, I was like, oh, God.
I think it was your ear because it really wasn't that loud.
It's always so loud. The band's good, but it's like.
The band is good.
And
you want to know what I appreciate about this event?
What?
Is that there's like a silent auction. There was a silent auction table, but there wasn't, there's nothing happening in your face.
I talked to.
There's no soliciting anymore.
We're talking to some of our neighbors about this, about the last couple of events that we've been to where they've had 15 live auction items or 17 live auction items. And then for some of the exclusive ones, they're like, okay, well, like it used to be really cool. You could go to an event and you could bid on a crawfish boil for 20 people. And that was awesome because one person would win it, and then everyone would go over to that person's house, or you'd be like, oh, man, how do I get invited to that? And that was really cool. And it would raise $10,000, $5,000, $15,000, whatever it is, depending on the event. It would raise a whole bunch of money, and it was this exclusive event that people could go to. And then they started doing this thing where they said, you know what? Jessica, the high bid right now is $5,000, $5,000, $5,000. Jessica's got for $5,000. And then someone else had bid like $5,200. Anybody got $5,200? You know what? If you do $5,000 and you do $5,000, we're going to sell it twice.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of cool. And then it was like, you know what? We're not just going to do it twice. We've got 3 more. Who else wants one? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it gets a little much.
And then it sucks because, number one, it takes a whole lot of time when they do that. They double and they double and they double, and that takes away from the event.
Right.
Dude, you don't want to go to an event, just sit there and listen to the same item get sold 3 or 4 different times.
Right.
You also don't want to go to an event where all of the things they're played out. Like all of these things that used to be really cool, the crawfish boil, the shrimp boil. I talked to the team that gives away the paella dinner for 20 or 30, and they were like, no, we're only going to do it once a year, or for a couple of events. We're not going to do it.
You're also asking a lot of your donors.
But it's not even that. It's that the people who are buying it. It used to be these exclusive events, and now all that exclusivity has gone away. Anyone who's
feel it's gone away because they're selling it so much.
I don't want to go. I'm not going to go bid on the crawfish boil because chances are 3 of our friends are going to get one, and we're going to end up there. And then if I get it. What, I'm going to invite the same 20 people over to my house to have the same dinner that they had 3 weeks before?
Well, expand your horizons.
I think people need to limit at these galas. I think we need to get back to people. Number one, limit the live auction items. Jesus Christ. No one wants to sit there and listen to 12 or 15 live auction items.
That's a lot.
Dude, it was so boring. We got up and walked out at one of them. We're like, this is dumb. We didn't even get to the dance party part. We didn't get to enjoy the event because the whole night was the live auction.
There's a lot of things to consider, right?
That's really grinding my gears.
I mean, clearly, right? Charity galas, it's grinding our gears. I mean, what a beautiful problem to have.
Well, no, but it makes you not want to give anything.
But I'll say this much.
I'm not going to bid on that same thing.
As an event, right? You spend the money on the decor, you spend the money on the live music, you spend the money on the food so that everybody's happy. But then you take so much time soliciting for more. That it becomes
more. It's like I already bought the $5,000 table.
Well, no,
I already
but then
bought
you
the
don't,
sponsorship. I spent $1,000 or whatever. But then it's like, here's the live auction.
You don't get to enjoy the music. You don't get to enjoy, the party.
Or
because
they
I will
turn
tell
the
you,
music up so loud that you don't even get to hang out with your friends. The one that I liked was the Bollywood one. Except that one, it was getting to that point where it was like almost overkill with the amount of live auction items, and then it right when it was too much, then it was like, okay, time for a party, but it was like, dude, there's no balance there of just having a good time.
The dance parties are really fun. It's great when they turn the music on and.
But I think that was the comment about Vino's, right?
That was Vino's was just that. It was a party, so that you got to enjoy the people around you, get some food, get some drinks. And then go out on the dance floor, and that's really all it was. There was a table of silent auction, but it wasn't being pushed, and there was no bidding software, there was no constant reminders, there was no ask for more. They had one table that had kind of an advocacy, which I appreciate, right? Learn more about what we do.
You, we sat at our friend's house before we left, and I said,
you could make a donation there.
Who knows where the money from Vino's goes?
Right.
And one person answered, okay, and so they answered Child Advocacy Center of Hidalgo. Okay, great. What do they do? And I was like, dude, why are we going to this event if you don't even know what the charity is that
Well,
you're going to
I don't think that's the right
or the nonprofit that you're going to support?
No, well, that's what the advocacy part comes in for, right?
Well,
Like let everyone learn a little bit so that you do know and that you get more
Yes.
donors, right? And I think that's what you're trying to say.
And I still have to say that out of all of them, everyone has that video. Everyone always plays a video that's like, give me the tearjerker video.
I think they just need. I think all benefits just need a makeover at the current moment.
I think so. I think someone needs to do something different.
Or maybe
what I was going to say is that the guys from Decibel, they did a great job with the video capturing at one of the events we went to, capturing what the nonprofit does and why it's important and what the impact of it is.
Right.
You want to make sure that the people in the crowd, they understand what
Yeah,
this
what
money
you're
is
there
going.
for.
Not just like, okay,
Well, hold on.
yes, obviously.
To be clear, right? Like
life sucks for certain events. It's sad or whatever, but you want to like the advocacy part. I think is the important part.
To be clear, when you're buying the table, you know what you're giving your money to, right? Like when you're sponsoring that level, if you're sponsoring an event or you're buying the table, you're buying the tickets, then you have an idea as to what the organization is. Now, you invite your guests to fill your table. You also want them to know what the organization is, and that's also important. So the advocacy part needs to go further extended. So it's like you mentioned, well, we were invited to go with someone who sponsored the event. She had a table. We joined her at that table. Mm-hmm. It was important that everybody at that table understand or know why it is that we were there and what we were supporting. You're absolutely correct with that. That part is very important. So how is it that you can do that in a tasteful way without overbearing and without making more solicitations?
We went to Access Esperanza as guests, and we walked out of that place going, I want to help them.
Yes.
I learned about them. I want to help them. I understand what they do. It was clear. It was fun. It was a great event. And we walked away going, how can we contribute to that?
Right.
That was a good one this past gala season.
So what would you say is different from that? And I'll say that Saturday was different, right? Saturday was different. Saturday did have a great. You could go and you could talk to the people and you could learn more about it. And that was to me done very tastefully, right? They had a whole table there and they were showing you where the money was going and all the good stuff about the organization. The one that you're talking about, Access Esperanza, did a really great job about having a full-on presentation that wasn't too long. That presentation was
right.
Beautifully cut, and it was also a really great story, right? So that's the problem is how do you find all the right people to deliver a story that's captivating, that is keeping your attention?
But that's the part. That's
and
the
how do you get everyone
part.
in that room to quiet down to pay attention for just 5 minutes, right? Because you can't expect anything more out of people.
That's the part of the event planning.
I can't see what any comments are.
For child advocacy, way hard due to delicate situations and HIPAA privacy concerns.
Oh yeah, no, but we mean just in general, like let us know.
No. Yeah, like I don't need to know kids' names.
Right? No.
I mean just understand. Like I've got the website open right now.
Right.
Did you know that they do forensic interviews, therapy, victim family services, and sexual assault nurse exams? Like I didn't know they did forensic interviews.
I don't think I knew anything about the nurses' exams, but I did know some about it because I took a minute to go talk to the people that were
but
sharing
that's what I'm
info.
saying. Like there's probably a lot of stuff that these groups do, but they're not doing a good job telling you what they do. They're doing a good job asking you for money because they assume that if you're in the room, they know you know what they're doing. But I think that assumption is just in the group of people that are our friends. I mean, we have a group chat where people buy tables. And then they all jump on the group chat and say, hey, I've got 8 seats available, 6 seats available, 4 seats available. Who wants to go to this event or who wants to go to this event? But there's never a byline of this is what it is and this is what it does. So when we show up, we're like, great, our friends are going to go. We're going to go for a night out. We're going to have a good time. Maybe we'll find something at the auction. But how many times do people go, hey, I'm really interested in what this organization can do?
Well, I think the assumption is that the person inviting is going to share what it is.
So what's interesting also is like there's a lot of money that's raised at these. Interesting comment the other day from someone saying that that amount of money that's being raised is different in the Rio Grande Valley than it is anywhere else.
Well, I think the number of nonprofits here is astronomical.
But I don't think that's accurate. If you look at how much Cattle Barons Ball raises in the Metroplex,
that's one organization.
I'm just saying it's not. I don't think that we're out of scope. I think
I know we're out of scope with car washes.
Jesus Christ, dude! No kidding. Yeah, man. 22 in Harlem. I wonder how many there are in the city of McAllen.
I don't know. I saw another one go up and I was very confused. Anyway, okay, so yes, I would say that. I would say the responsible thing to do is when you sponsor a table and you invite people to come, which is what we always want. Anybody who is involved in philanthropy always wants you to invite new people, fresh faces, new donors, right? The objective is always to have new donors and to how do we increase the amount of money that we're raising. That's why we throw the parties. That's why it's a good time. There's an objective. I do feel like it's the responsibility of the person inviting to let you know what this organization is, or maybe do my due diligence and say, okay, you know what? I need to research a little bit before I accept the invitation or I go to the invitation. I mean, that's kind of wise, right? Like,
I get asked to do a lot of these events, to donate some technology or to donate services or to MC or, whatever it is. And they all have that same, there's a lot of lessons learned over the last 10 years doing that. I think what you said earlier is true. I think they need a facelift. They need a makeover. But what would that look like? I mean, imagine.
Know. People have been trying to figure this out for years. It's
I would say that at these fundraising galas, get out of the normal operating procedure.
Like sit down dinners.
Yeah, have some fun with it.
I do know one, and I am going to plug it because it's important.
What?
So Gabby in my office, Gabby Nunnery is doing she's running for Man and Woman of the Year this year.
Oh, for LLS.
Yes. And this is my first time I'm going through the season this time as a volunteer, as a spectator. I'm not actually participating on the back end, right? I'm not doing any, I'm not working for the organization anymore. And so it has been fun to see it on that end, but it's also on my end now asking all of our volunteers to do as many things as we were asking is so much.
Yeah.
Because I'm truly busy. And so when I get the emails that says, hey, as a team member, you need to do X, Y, and Z, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's so much that we're asking people to do and how to ask them to solicit for more money, how to get them to get, donations in. But I will say that Gabby and Bill Martin have teamed up, right? Bill did it last year, and he did a phenomenal job with his event.
I'm looking forward to going this year. I didn't get to go last year.
I think it'll be a great event, and it's a lot like what the Junior League of McAllen did this year, which was the martini stations, right? So you've got the bars, and they've got the drinks, and you go and you have to vote on which restaurant produced the best drink, and so it's the same concept, and I believe it's a margarita. It's a margarita off or something. And they did it last year, and it was awesome. So it was food and margaritas, and you get to walk through the stations and
They're doing a pickleball tournament also?
I didn't see the pickleball tournament. But if you go to Gabby's page, I think it's on there.
April 7th, chicken pickle. Oh, in San Antonio.
That's the San Antonio one.
Tournament. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is that there are different things to do, right? I'm not saying that the dance parties aren't fun. They're great. It's so much fun. It's just that there seems to be quite a lot of them.
Well, it's the whole to me it's the whole format of it.
There it is. It's the Rockin' Tacos.
Rockin' Tacos, Thursday, May 2nd from 6 to 10 p.m. The event benefits the Leukemia Lymphoma Society at 16327 The Hills Drive in Edinburgh. Tickets are $150 each. VIP tables are available. Contact Gabby Nunnery at 956-432-8205. So Rockin' Tacos, Taste for a Cure is what they're calling it. So 5x5 Brewing, Howling Rabbits. Looks like there's going to be some beer there. Bodega Tavern and Kitchen, Barbecuity Smokehouse, Fazoli's, Talk Ocean. Oh, I dig Talk Ocean, man.
It's good.
España, Buena Vida, Delgado Collective, and Nuri Tacos. Gabe's going to be out there. Sweet. And this is all the benefits of this go to helping the Visionary of the Year candidate, Gabby Nunnery. And the title sponsor is Bert Ogden Auto Group. Yay!
Yeah, so it's going to be a great event. I'm excited. It'll be the second year that they do it, and last year was a lot of fun. So this year should be good.
That's going to be really cool.
So just a little bit different, right? A variation of the norm. But it's still the same thing, right? There'll still be silent auction items. There's still all of that because there's no other way to do it. How do you get people to make donations to something that you believe in, right? And so a lot of it is asking your friends and family to come out to things that you want to be part of.
Yeah.
It's tough. The whole thing to be a nonprofit is tough.
Yeah, man.
But yes, the advocacy part a lot. Let's teach people what it is.
If you don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But I think that I was going to say, I wonder if it feels like there's more nonprofits in the Rio Grande Valley than in other parts of the United States.
I feel like this is probably the same season for every big city.
It's gala
not that we're a big
season,
city,
right?
but it's the same. Yeah. We've got friends all over the place that end up having to sit on boards and do events, and it's the same everywhere.
Yeah, it makes its little way around.
Yeah.
We haven't bid on anything this year. I mean, we bid on stuff, but we haven't won, quote unquote, won anything.
No. Trying to think of anything
But again, that goes back to show me something different. Show me something fun. Show me something that we haven't done. Or I still for the moment, I will stand by my favorite group live auction item is the steak dinner from Texas National Bank. The ribeye dinner.
Do they still do it?
I don't know, but that one
I haven't
was
seen that
tremendous.
one anywhere. Was it?
Yeah, that one was
yes, you
so
know what? I remember
good.
Someone did bid on it. And we ended up having dinner.
Yes. Our friends, some dentist friends of ours won it.
Yeah, and it was a really good dinner. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But that's the same thing, right? It's dinners.
Yeah,
Everybody
but that's one where you get 2 or 3 people together and you go, great, it's a party for 20. Let's all chip in. The table chips in. We all buy it. I don't know.
Moving on, but yes, it was a fun event. I'm sorry you missed it. We had a good time.
I am too. And then you guys went afterwards. So there's a little scene going on up north. You guys went up. You were at Toloa again.
Yeah.
And that place is kind of cool.
It's really pretty.
It just seems a little small. I wish it was a little bigger, but.
Well, it gets packed in there. I will say that it was quite crowded, and to get a table is a little difficult, but it's really pretty, and you forget kind of where you're at for a second because it is really nice, and I think people really dress up, and then there's several bars in that area. It's where Howling Rabbits is, and so
DeLorean's
you can kind of walk. You can walk down that path, and there's nightlife. It's a whole little area. Well, I mean, you also have 17th Street. It's just no one goes down there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It feels like that's what we've always said is where's a place for adults? I'm still waiting for a club for adults. Like I want a legit
like
club,
nightclub,
like a nightclub where you don't feel like.
Here's the thing: is that I
not on 17th
I
Street.
do honestly think that there are lots of places. I just don't think we go to it. We don't know. We don't know what's cool and happening.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. I'm sure there's lots of places you can go to. I just
had a party on our back
know.
porch the other day.
Yeah, but that's as far as our to the extent of our party. It's on our back porch or charity event.
Let me see if it's posted yet. I don't want to break the news until it's posted. But
what are we talking about?
There is an event happening on May 11th. 1 month from now, on May 11th. I think it's a Saturday. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's a Saturday. Yes, Saturday, May 11th. Mark your calendars. Downtown McAllen, in a unique atmosphere at a unique venue. I have the pleasure of being the MC and host and DJ for an event that's going to be really fun. So we're going to have a real good time up there. It's going to be awesome to see what we got going on. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time up there. So that's Saturday, May 11th.
That is also Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, Mother's Day weekend. Yeah.
So is this a date night?
No, well, I mean it is if you want to hang out in the DJ booth.
I'm with the DJ. Waiting to say that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, hold on. I'm seeing if it's not posted yet because there's all the chit chat about Mexlon because Mexlon was announced and lots of stuff coming to the McAllen Convention Center. But this is an event that's associated with the McAllen Convention Center that was started a whole bunch of years ago, and we're going to celebrate I think 10 years of doing it. And I was asked if I'd be a part of that celebration, so that's going to be really fun. We're going to have a good time out there.
Are you excited for it?
I am because I get to MC and talk about it, but I also get to DJ the event, which is going to be really fun.
So I was going to ask, are you downloading new music? Because you learned some stuff on Friday. The young girls wanted Taylor Swift, and you could not. You couldn't put it out there.
I didn't want to. What do you mean I could? It
was
available.
I thought it's because,
I just didn't want to play it.
You didn't want to play it?
No.
They were so excited. They're like, play Taylor Swift, Mr. Drew.
Yeah. And then I did. I was like, I'm not going to play that. Have fun.
You put Spotify on.
I was having fun, yeah.
You walked off.
Yeah, but I put on their stuff and I walked away.
You didn't want to mix any Taylor Swift?
I could, but it really wasn't where my head was at.
I
also didn't want to play Let That Coochie Breathe.
Oh my gosh, that song is awful.
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
It's so bad. And then to see our friend do the little dance for it, I was like, never again. I can't take that visual out.
No, hard pass.
No more of that dance.
Nope.
Anyway, all right. Well, it's 9:52. Got 8 minutes. I haven't checked on.
Where'd you see it's 9:52? It's 9:45.
Oh, look, your thing says 9:52.
My thing is wrong, sucker. Anyway, no, that's there's not a lot. I feel like there's not a lot going on. I've been out of commission, man. Last week sucked for me. Got some fun things happening this week. My unemployment week number. What week are we on? Good. We already lost Jess.
No, I was reading the comments to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Do we miss anything?
No, I was reading just the comments. Luke was on earlier.
Cool.
Commenting. That's it. I didn't get to read it because you caught me, and I'm like, okay, I'll put the phone down. World news and headlines. That's where you're at.
Oh yeah, no.
I did read that it was a headline that came up. So I'll get a little political.
Go.
Donald Trump says that it should be a state decision as whether or not abortion should be legal or illegal. And so I read the headline and I just thought to myself, like, how is this still even a question? We're still talking about this.
There were also Trump supporters that were caught on film. It's making its way around the internet at a MAGA rally saying that they'd rather vote for Putin as president of the United States than Joe Biden.
That's just silly. That's just funny.
P. Diddy? You want to talk about P. Diddy?
Oh my gosh. So the rabbit hole that is P. Diddy, I don't even know what to think.
Oh my God. Hold on. Go ahead. There's actually something happening.
Okay,
the
so
last 10 minutes. There's some drama in McAllen.
Let's talk about this. Oh, I don't know about the drama in McAllen. I will tell you that the drama with P. Diddy has been really overwhelming. And so I'll tell you that I didn't realize it. I think so there's parts of me that have always said, like, as a female, you should be well aware of your surroundings. You should be confident to know that you can say no about certain situations. You should be prepared at all times. And don't put yourself in those compromising situations. You know, if someone's inviting you to a meeting at 2:00 in the morning, then perhaps it's not the meeting that you should be taking. And how do you find that confidence to say, I'm not going to do that no matter what it costs, right? Because I think that what I was failing to realize was the wanting to be seen, the wanting the ability to audition, wanting that, you know, if you're a breakout artist, wanting someone to pay attention, and that these people, right? I'm talking to Harvey Weinstein, I'm talking about P. Diddy. These people have so much power within that they can truly make or break, right? Somebody.
Yeah, like, and you think about always from the perspective of a female and a male.
Right. I wasn't looking at it that way.
What if it's Justin Bieber?
Right. I wasn't. Right. So that's what I'm saying, is that I wasn't looking at it from the perspective of somebody else being able to change your entire existence based on their opinion or what you do for them.
Yeah.
And when you think about it like that, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So like, what? Jessica just woke up. Welcome to the Me Too movement. Now that makes way more sense, because in my mind, the whole time it was just kind of like, well, you shouldn't be at a meeting at 2:00 in the morning. But hold on, I'm an actress that really, really wants a role, that thinks that this is.
And everyone's at this party. All of Hollywood's
everyone's
at this
there.
party.
And let me just go check it out. Against my better judgment, against what I know is right and wrong, I'm going to just go do it.
Because you have to be seen with that crowd.
Right. And then you look at it from like the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out everywhere. You want to be seen. You want to be invited
in that atmosphere,
right?
In that
because
universe.
if you're playing with them, if you're seen with them, then chances are perhaps maybe someone will, listen to the record. Someone will help elevate your career and all that. And so from that perspective, like, wow, that really is, those people really are predators to truly
take advantage of
that situation, take advantage of people's moral compass, taking advantage of the ability to help someone's career or not. That has been truly eye-opening. And I don't know how the light bulb just went off, right? Because this is something we've been talking about for years. And I couldn't understand until I fell down the rabbit hole of the P. Diddy nonsense. And holy moly, people putting themselves in such compromised situations because he asked them to, right? Yeah. And so it is trafficking. It is sexual abuse. It's wrong to use your power in that way. And it's horrible. And I think in my mind, I was just like, no, girlfriend, you're at the party. You're drinking the drinks. And then you come to find out that he was doing other things like spiking all of the alcohol, so you weren't just drunk, but you were also on drugs. And so then asking you to do compromising things. And he's asking you to do it. So I want to be invited. I want to be included.
So you say yes.
So it's young, impressionable people, right? Young, right? Sometimes under 18. And they're like, yeah, we have to do, I have to do. This is what I feel like I have to do. So then you take that a step further and you think, as a mom, as a parent, I have a daughter and I have a son. How do I raise them to be confident enough to know, no, I don't need to do that.
While they're drunk and on drugs.
Yeah.
With,
or
with
how
a
do
celebrity who's asking them to do something.
It is the impossible
if Mr.
situation.
Beast walked into the room.
Right. It's the impossible situation. Like, how do you say no?
Then that's the predatory aspect of the kid. Okay, so let me turn that backwards. Let's talk real talk. And we only have 2 people listening, so let's see where this goes. Monsignor Gus Barrera.
That was an accusation.
I don't want to talk about this, but I do want to talk about this.
I'm only going to talk about what we've seen on the news.
Here's what we know. One is that someone went to the Diocese of Brownsville and said that he had done something inappropriate with them 35 years ago while he was in Brownsville at a I think it was St. Mary's Parish in Brownsville.
Well, that's on the press release.
That's what popped out of the press release.
Right.
Well, then we find out that they said in the press release that the person came to the diocese and said, "Hey, this is what happened." And the diocese, as per their rule, said, the Diocese of Brownsville said, "You need to take this to the police." And the person said, "No, I don't want to take it to the police." And they said, "Okay, well then we need to do an investigation." And then the person goes, "Well, no. I don't want any headlines. I don't want to do this. I just want you and I to figure this out." And so the diocese has their rule set that says, "Okay, you've come to me. We're going to take this into account." And the Diocese of Brownsville went to the Brownsville Police Department and said, "Hey, we're opening an investigation against this person because someone has come to us, and so we're following our guidelines." So the diocese informed them. The police didn't open the investigation. The diocese notified them that they were launching an investigation. There's no charges. There's none of that stuff.
Right.
But they did it based on their deal. Okay. Then we find out that the Monsignor wasn't notified about what was going on. And I understand, because one of the first comments is always believe the victim, right? Always trust the abused. And so the diocese then goes and puts out a press release and notifies everyone and doesn't say anything and takes this priest's name and puts it out there and then strips him of everything and says, "Hey, we've already put your name out in the public. We've already talked about you in the public. By the way, you're no longer allowed to be a priest until we finish this investigation." Right. And I don't know, I'm sure that's happened before, but for the first time that I remember in the Valley, the priest clapped back and he turned around and he said, "Hey, dude, you just ran my name through the mud. You just destroyed any credibility that I may or may not have. You haven't even launched the investigation. The police haven't even launched the investigation. This person said they don't want an investigation. So you've taken the word of someone and now you've destroyed my credibility, my reputation, my name." Because let's be honest, it doesn't matter if something comes back and they say, "Oh, you know what? We found out he didn't do anything. His name's already done. It's tarnished." Right. And by the laws in the church, and this was a press release that the attorneys for Monsignor put out, they quoted Catholic canon that says very specific things. They have a right to a fair trial. They have a right to have a clear name. They have a right to, all these different deals. And so what now you're looking at is that the church didn't follow their own rules according to the press release from the Monsignor, that they didn't give him an opportunity. They didn't give the case an opportunity to even be heard before they threw his name out and dragged it through, the court of public opinion. Right. Now, I'm not siding on either side of this. We don't have the information. Right. We don't know. It affects us because he was the Monsignor at the church that we go to. He's a Monsignor at the church that represents the school that our children go to. So as parents, we were concerned about what's going on, but I don't know which way it's going to go. But what's been weird to see is that the diocese, I don't want to say they jumped the gun, but they went and did all this stuff kind of out of order. Because if you look at the other case that just happened in Brownsville, there was another priest from Brownsville, same time frame, a while back, did some stuff, And they went through that process, and the victim that came up said, no, I'm filing a police report.
Right.
And they said, no, I want you to file a police report, and told the diocese, you file a police report also. We need to launch an investigation. We need to make this public. That just happened 3 months ago. And there's a stark difference between what they did and what they're doing now. And to watch it all play out from the outside is like, I don't know why they didn't
do the same.
Why they didn't do it the same way. And again, I'm not saying that it did happen or it didn't. I don't know. I don't know if it did happen or it didn't happen.
I think the church has mishandled these situations in the past so much that I think they're just trying to do what they imagine is correct.
Yeah, but
for the victim. Because,
correct. And I'm not
right.
and again, and I'm not siding on one or the other.
None of us
I'm just
know
saying
anything. We're just having a conversation. And so I think because it's been mishandled for so many years, it's one of those things that perhaps they're being cautious. And I don't know, right? Like I really have no idea. The entire conversation makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah. This is a real uncomfortable one because it's happening here.
It makes me
now.
Uncomfortable because, us as practicing Catholics, it hurts our entire community, right? We're already suffering with people who don't practice.
And that's not a comment saying that an allegation against a priest hurts our community because it was the priest that the allegation. No, it hurts the community because if this happened, if this continues to happen, it hurts everyone. Obviously the victim, the poor victim. God, imagine if
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine if this is true and this happened. That poor victim. That's someone's son. That's.
Well, I think it's what's been said over.
But also, imagine, to go back to your story. Imagine that this is something. An elephant in the room is. Imagine that this is something that didn't happen.
Right.
And someone pops up 35 years later and said, "This is what happened 35 years ago." Dude, find me a witness. 35 years ago. And now you've taken someone who's dedicated their life to this and then ripped it apart. And I know that this is such a controversial subject because the track record isn't there.
Right.
It's just not. It's non-existent.
But that's what I meant by hurting our Catholic community. I wasn't talking about our local community. I was talking about our Catholic community. I'm talking about faith and religion altogether in a whole. I'm talking about what happens is that there's this ugly feeling about religion altogether because things like this happen or come up, right? So it hurts the community. And we're at a place right now where I think society in itself isn't taking as much effort or time that our parents did to raise families in some kind of religion. And so you choose to...
statistically, you're absolutely accurate.
Right. Like you choose to be agnostic. You choose to not have any real faith. And it's like I asked you the other day, I said, if you don't believe in anything, then what is there? Right? Because when times are hard and life is difficult, what is there if you don't have faith? And it doesn't necessarily have to be Catholicism, but just faith in something in general. So when you see things like this come up, it hurts my heart in the sense that it
hurts every faith-based community.
Right. Like it just hurts to think that people will no longer follow those paths for fear of these things happening.
That's the whole idea that this is quote unquote the devil at work, whether it's by acting through the priest to do something to a child to destabilize the entire religion, or whether it's someone who's gotten into someone's head who's launching accusations 35 years later. All of it's the same. All of it has the same outcome for someone that's trying to destabilize a religion. And not to get all, I don't want to get all religious.
Mine is like a whole. It's just a community, any faith-based community. You would hope that if it is true that the victim finds the peace that they need in order to move forward with their lives, and that if it's not true, then the community is I don't know.
The thing that sucks that I noticed when I read the press release from the diocese was the way that they approached it, and they said, we pray for the victim, we pray for the clergy, we pray, but they didn't say that they were praying for the Monsignor either, because it's like, imagine he is someone who is afflicted in some way and he went out and did this. Those are the people you're supposed to be praying for, right? And so this is such a tough one, man, because no one has all the facts, no one has all the information, but it just seems, this one seems different in the sense that there wasn't this investigation. There wasn't
The due diligence wasn't there.
The due diligence.
Right.
And before that even happened, they just threw his name out there and they threw his picture out there. And it was like, wait a minute, this is a dude who's around,
And the
who's
media
around
went,
all of our
and the
children.
media went
And the
nuts.
media just jumped on it.
Well, but to be fair, for both sides of it, right?
Yeah, because if it is true, then yes.
And if it's not true, then
But
right.
if it's
so
not true, why do
there's
that?
no how do you ever get to the bottom of it? Like how do you ever realize if it is or it isn't?
But it goes back to the same P. Diddy thing. Everyone is just making these assumptions on the P. Diddy thing.
It is. By the way, the rabbit hole I fell down, nothing is an actual credible, source. I just went down the TMZ nonsense.
Yeah.
And, what
And I'm
people
not
say.
saying that it's not true.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm not in the court. I don't have any of the evidence in front of me. I just have the court of public opinion, which is guilty until proven innocent.
And the two letters that got published, right? And his version or his side of the press release did get published.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible situation.
It is. It's bad all around. Anyway, but I did want to talk about it because
Well,
everybody's talking about it. Like everybody in our group of parents and everything. I mean, it is a common discussion point that's happening right now. So we'll see what happens.
Oh,
but
that was heavy.
If it's not true, it's not. If it's not, or if it is, it doesn't matter. What was interesting was to see the Monsignor answer with lawyers and say, absolutely not. You don't see that much. You don't see the priest turning around and going, you
never get that side.
You never get that side. So it was interesting to see that. Anyway. Well, that's what's going on in our life this week. Last week. What do we got going on this week?
I want to play.
You're going out of town. Later, hater. Have fun.
Work trip for Mama.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
Hey, well, it's chilly. It'll be chilly.
You're taking some baggage with you?
I am.
She's going to be a lot of fun.
Ridiculous. Anyway, it'll be good. It'll be a quick week.
Yeah. Have a good time. I'll be
you.
hanging out here at home, eating pizza on Friday
Oh
night
my gosh,
since you
poor
won't
kids.
be here.
No, I'm not having pizza.
Nobody else Pizza's the Hut.
I think Fleet said that it's been out pizza.
You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them in the car on Friday night, and I'm going to drive them down to Mercedes. Because in Mercedes, did you know that there's a Pizza Hut Classic? If you go to the Pizza Hut in Mercedes, it looks the same way that it did when we were kids.
It hasn't changed?
It hasn't changed. They went through and they renovated some of it. So it's the same seats. It's the same little
I was just gonna say,
glass
is it
chandeliers
scary?
thing.
Do they have a little buffet in the middle?
I think it's still there. It's called Pizza Hut Classic. And there was even a TikTok about it, which was funny, where it looks the same inside and out. So you saw, I took a picture of it yesterday. It's got the little classic sign, but it still looks the same inside there. And maybe that's what they need to remember. That
You're
nobody,
going to go taste test over there?
nobody out Pizza's the Hut.
Anyway, all right. Well, on that news, I got to go. No pizza for me.
No pizza for you.
Have a good week. I'm going to miss you.
Lies. You mean New York City?
I may not miss you. I'll miss you.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk over and punch the stop button.
All right. Oh, that was an intense conversation.
Yeah, well, it's life, man. Life ain't easy sometimes.
I got to go get my Eclipse glasses.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy the eclipse.
Yeah.
Free.
I have a teeth cleaning at noon. Bye, guys.